Welcome to Mechanic. In this video we're going to go some of the settings on a 2024 Toyota Camry, but these settings might apply to some of the old earlier model Toyota Camrys. This model was came into the market in most countries around 2018, so you'll see the same setup. Now this setup might also, or this configuration will also work on basically if you have another Toyota Camry that has the same radio setup, you're gonna have very similar settings. So I'm not gonna go every single one of them. I am going to go through some of the main ones really quick. If you select menu here on the left, you'll see this screen. Let's go to really quick to info. You can see echo shows your fuel consumption history, and you have the history and you can clear that over here. But vehicle alert history, this right here tells you like when they say the high beams turn on, or you gotta, or like you have a warning for the pre-collision system. It tells you what time that came on, tells you when maintenance required, check engine light came on, when they came. You can select it.
Check engine. A malfunction in the electronic control of the engine, throttle, or automatic transmission has been detected. Contact your Toyota dealer in.
So you have warnings like that, so it just tells you when. But if you really want to figure out like what the codes are, or kind of troubleshoot it, you can use like the Mechanic. This is the Mechanic full system scanner. You can use this to scan all the control modules on this car. You can see all the different codes, full codes, and so on. And we have another video on how to do that. So this, we're just going to focus on the settings here. Let's go back to menu. So that was info. You have setup over here. Under setup, we have the clock here. If you select that, you can change the time. You can change time zone. You can change. You can set daylight saving time, hour format if you want to show 24-hour format. Okay. And here you can say change the time. Down here at the bottom. Let's go back. Language, the second setting, you got Spanish, French, and English in this case. Projection settings, you have Apple CarPlay and Android, both are enabled. You can disable one or the other. Okay. Right, just so you know, Bluetooth will be disabled because it's being used for the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. But it will still work, but it just goes through that system and it displays here on the screen. So you don't need to pair it device separately. Customize home screen. The beep, you can turn that beep that you hear all the time on and off. Theme setting. It's just gonna change this, what this looks like over here. Let's go back. Kind of like the dark one better. Mileage units, if you want to see how you consumption, you can see it liters per 100 kilometers, for example. All right, you can keyboard, you can change the layout of delete keyboard history, memorize keyboard, whatever you've typed, you can turn that off. Animation, driver settings. Let's go in here. So like driver settings is like if based on, let's say the in this case it's using whatever phone you have paired. So when you get in the car, like if it's your phone that automatically pairs based on knowing that's your phone, it will like adjust, you know, the volume settings and all these settings in here. If somebody else also has paired their phone to this system, when they come into the car and they use the car, it's gonna use whatever settings they have, you know, for this, like that you might change, that we're changing here. Hopefully that makes sense. You can delete personal data here. If you have a car that you're renting, this is something that you're gonna do. Software updates, you need to be connected to Wi-Fi. It's pretty simple. Select that. Software information and software sensitivity level 2. Let's go to Bluetooth. This is where you pair your phone, for example. Would you like to add one? We don't have any added. You press yes, and then this screen, you'll have to go to your phone and turn Bluetooth on your phone, and then it'll pop up right here. You're selected. It'll show you a pin. It'll show you like a random number, and that number will pop up on your phone as well. You select yes on both and you're paired. That's it. Pretty simple. Let's go back. There's nothing else. Audio here. You can say display cover art on the radio, for example, and you can turn that on and off. Under phone, it's telling us to pair again. If you want to use the like a smartphone feature, come under phone. Don't go to Bluetooth. That's just gonna play music. But if you come to phone here, then you can pair your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Voice controls, you know, you can change those. They're pretty straightforward. Voice volume, train, voice recognition. You can go through that. It'll record your voice, and it'll do a better job when you speak to it, recognizing your commands. All right, and there's default. Down here, press the arrow. You can see vehicle customization, door lock settings. Automatic door locks are off. You can set it when you shift from P. So as soon as you start to drive, for example, put in drive, this will automatically lock the doors. That's good. If you have kids, by speed, usually this will lock as soon as you start driving and you hit over like 5 miles an hour. The best one, my favorite one, would be shift from park. Automatic door lock. If you lock and unlock the driver door, or remote 2 press to unlock. You can have that on and off. Wireless lock when open. Auto relock timer 60 seconds. Automatically relock it on its own. Lock unlock feedback lights if you want lights to turn on and off. If you don't want to see the lights when you lock and unlock, you can turn that off right there. Lock unlock feedback tone. That beep, how loud you want it to be. You can change that right there. Let's go back here. We got climate setting. Auto AC mode is on. That's all there is. Light setting. Auto lights, headlight auto on sensitivity. Basically, how quick the headlights turn on their own. If you put the sensitivity to low, they are not gonna turn on until it gets really dark. If you put it too high, as soon as it gets slightly dark, it's gonna start to turn on. Headlights auto off timer. When you leave the car, you got they'll stay on for 30 seconds, or you can change it to off or up to 90 seconds, a minute and a half. Daylight running lights on. Probably want to leave that on. That's a good setting to have on. Interior lights auto timer. So the cabin light, when you lock the car, they're currently stay on for 15 minutes. You can change it to off, or you can change it to 7.5 minutes or so. Let's go back. Convenience services. You can turn this on and off. Let's go back again. Wi-Fi is where you can connect to a hotspot. Wi-Fi network at home. This is needed so that you can do updates and so on. You have apps here as well. And you have auto detect iPhone app. Connect USB is in enhanced mode. You can turn that on as well. And it says from now on, when a USB device is connected, it will connect in enhanced mode. This allows app to provide additional features. Okay, so that's it as far as the setup on this Toyota. It's pretty straightforward. There's a home button and this menu, and you do have this little setting here for display. You can just simply turn the screen on and off. But down here at the bottom, adjust contrast and brightness. You have general. Okay, so if the screen is too dark for your liking, all right, you can change this. And camera, same thing. If you're backing up and you are like, oh, my camera, I can barely see it, you can turn those two up high, and this screen here is just for you to kind of see a sample image. what it'll look like. But you can turn the light for the backup camera, okay, and for the screen itself. So that's all. Thank you for watching Mechanic, where you can be the mechanic.